retailing more virtual than store-based. In this presentation, I will be discussing several factors and references that contribute towards my understanding of retail becoming more virtual than store-based in the future. In this modern world, the internet has taken over globally and computer networks are interconnected and linked to billions of electronic devices around the globe. There is a strong relationship that exists between technological advancement and retailing. Through the combination of these two distinctive fields, its business outcome is quite extraordinary, and it creates a huge impact in the retail market. Such technological maneuvers have created a series of tidal waves along the grounds of retailing and business, and how proprietors approach their customers. The definition of retail is described as a method of marketing consumer goods and services to consumers through numerous channels of marketing distribution to generate more revenue for the business. The demand is created through a diverse target marketplaces and promotional campaigns, thus satisfying consumers' wants and needs through a lean supply chain. Such is the nature of retail. Online virtual dealings between retailers and its consumers have grown significantly since the past 10 years. At present, there is a rising number of consumers who are preferring to use virtual retailing or e-tailing, otherwise known as electronic retail, as their primary mode of purchasing products and services. A formal definition that would describe the mode or e-tailing is e-commerce. It is where trading of products and services takes place between the retailer and the consumer through computer networks, that is, the internet. Before the internet came into existence, how the consumers engaged in commercial business was through the use of existing technologies that was available at that time. For instance, consumers driving and walking up to the store and making their purchase. This was the only method used by the customers at that time. Ever since the introduction of the internet and how e-commerce came into practice, it completely transformed the commercial business realm. There are quite a number of companies which operate both virtually and on-site locations. To name a few, JB Hi-Fi, Target, Kohl's, Woolworths, Dick Smith, Harvey Norman, Bunnings Warehouse, Nike, Editor's, and Co-op online bookstore. Over the last few years, these big companies have used social media sites like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram to make or market their products. The marketing strategy used here would prove to generate more revenue for the company and at the same time spreading out its company name. It is a very dynamic strategy indeed. The question now remains, which of these two means of retailing would prevail as dominant in the future? In 2013, over 75% of Australia's 15.4 million internet users made a purchase or order over the internet, according to the figures released by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. ABS Assistant Director of the Innovation and Technology Statistic Branch, David Tyler mentions that the most popular types of purchases were travel, accommodation, memberships, or tickets of any kind. The second most popular online shopping items for females were clothes, cosmetics, or jewelry, which was 59%. In comparison to the males, the second most popular purchases were CDs, music, DVDs, videos, books, or magazines, which accounted for 50%. The reason behind this drastic dependence on virtual shopping is the preference of making payments through credit or debit cards rather than cash, as they offer more security, convenience, flexibility, and control to the cardholder. For security purposes, payment cards are safer than carrying cash or using checkbooks. If a credit or debit card is stolen or lost, it can be replaced quickly and easily. And banks also have certain usage restrictions to the cardholder, as reaching a certain amount of usage after that, it blocks all payments. As for the convenience of using a card payment option, consumers can use payment cards to access their bank accounts and credit lines anytime during the day or night, from just about anywhere in the world. For flexibility, the broad variety of cards available today means consumers have greater choice over how and when they can pay for goods and services. The cardholder also has power over his or her bank account, as payment cards make it easy to track and manage expenses for offering instant online access to information about recent transactions, as well as detailed monthly statements. These are the four main reasons as to why customers are preferring to use card payment options to make their purchases, and why online shopping is becoming more dominating. There are many benefits that are associated with online shopping. One of the benefits is convenience, where shopping virtually becomes very convenient. There is no reason for the customer to get dressed and drive all the way up to his or her favorite store. The customer can easily visit the store's website and find the product they want and buy it without getting out of their pajamas. It is also convenient because they don't have to wait for the store to open. If the customer works irregular hours or is very busy, then the customer doesn't have time to visit the store. Whereas online shopping enables the customer to buy things without disrupting his or her timetable. Another benefit would be a wide range of product variety, as most physical stores have a limited collection of products. They can only hold so many items, as there are often many policies affecting the availability of products. For example, there might be a certain item that is only available to those versions of the business that exist in the mall. Shopping online allows you to find many products that you won't be able to find in a physical store. Another advantage is that there are fewer trips made to the physical stores, and how stores can lure customers into buying more things, as retailers use posters, sales messages, colors, and product placements to make customers buy additional items and paying more. The most popular products are typically in the back because the owner wants the customer to view all of his or her other products. Many people will find a few additional items by the time they reach the thing they came here for. These tactics are not as pronounced with online stores. This means you won't feel the pressure to buy other things. Easy access to customer reviews is also one of the advantages of online shopping. This allows potential customers to have access to consumer reviews for products they are thinking of purchasing. In doing so, the customer is well informed about his or her decision into purchasing that particular product. If there are advantages, most likely there will be disadvantages. Despite the success of purchasing through online shopping stores, there are still some disadvantages that most people complain about. One of the drawbacks is that the customer won't be able to personally check the item before making a purchase. That is, touching, seeing, or testing the product before making purchase. In this case of online shopping, the customer won't be able to do this. Online stores are only showing product descriptions and photos of the merchandise, which can be a disadvantage of many online shoppers. Unlike buying at retail stores, you are able to use the product instantly after you buy, which can be satisfying. However, online shopping requires patience to wait for the item to arrive at your doorstep. Usually it takes a couple of weeks or even longer, depending on the recipient's geographical location. There are shipping charges. As previously mentioned, many of the disadvantages of online shopping stem from shipping. Shipping charges and delays are both common problems. Though items are generally cheaper in online store, sometimes the addition of a shipping charge makes the total price similar or more expensive than that of the customer's nearby store. It's more difficult to return items. Returning an item is more difficult when you buy it online. If the seller accepts returns, they will usually want the item within a short period of time, and the customer will have to pay more for the additional shipping charges. At the end of the day, the customer pays more, but what he or she had initially planned to pay. In conclusion, shopping online is continuously becoming more dominant day by day. In the end, it's up to the consumer to decide whether if online shopping suits his or her best interests. I believe that since card payment options offer certain advantages to its holders, online shopping would certainly be on the rise in the future. It's likely that for some types of purchases, shopping online makes more sense than purchasing locally. This is when there is an absolute need of that product, but there is not, but the product is not available at that store, but it is online. In such cases, yes, online shopping would prove to be beneficial for the buyer. The fact that online shopping is widely available simply means that consumers today have more choices available to them than in the decades past. Online retail would certainly be the future of commercial business. Thank you for listening.